Welcome
That's a
back to
wall.
Digi Bros, everybody.
I've hit a wall.
Victor's hit a wall. In life,
I hit a
as
wall.
a person, in the game, in every sense.
I guess.
Maybe you should go back like we just did last time when we hit a
Sure.
wall and didn't know what to do.
Go back up the elevator. Oh, maybe that's for if you fall. Okay, I wasn't supposed to go down the elevator. Oh, I'm just supposed to float over that wall.
That
Very
makes
intuitive.
sense, I guess.
Ah!
And then you fell back down. Like
Yay! I'm good at video games!
I guess it's just teaching you mechanic. Here is mechanic.
The man
Learn
who's beat
mechanic.
Bloodborne 4 times.
Yes. Oh, not that Bloodborne is necessarily hard.
Yes, this is true game difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck Truffaut! Do you know that line at all? There's in the Red Letter Media has these videos where they were talking about Boyhood.
Oh,
And like,
God.
because they didn't like Boyhood and
Yes.
everyone hyped the shit out of it, so they had these videos where they were like fake hyping Boyhood. And at one point,
Oh, I can just do
Mike's
this.
like, who needs the greats like Truffaut? And you've got, Richard Linklater. And then Rich Evans is like, yeah, fuck Truffaut! Boyhood is the best movie of all time!
Jesus Christ. I didn't get any fucking thingies.
I won't pretend I've ever seen a Truffaut film. Have you?
What does he do?
School? He's like a guy.
Yes, in film school we watched every single movie ever made by every famous director.
I would hope, that to me is what, my idea of what film school is has always been that.
Film school was nothing. I don't think... It was 3 years of bullshit and then 1 year of actually doing something. But yeah. I mean, you can't study that much. There's too much shit.
You could.
Like I did, you cast a broad net and they just give you some classics, They introduce you to a bunch of classic directors. That's like if I went and got my doctorate in film studies, I'm sure that's what it would be.
Yeah, it just feels like that should be like step one to me.
Watch every movie ever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do film history. I did a comedy genres class, a gangster genres class. So like, I know about those genres, but there's just too much. There's way too much.
I don't think there's that much. Every Frame of Painting manages to watch entire director fucking filmographies all the time.
Yeah, but how many guys has he covered, and what does he do with his life?
He's an editor. So,
Yeah.
a professional. Probably has attended film school.
Oh, I'm
Probably
sure.
didn't learn anything there. Probably realized that he could learn more from watching movies and studying their
I bet you can learn more at a decent film school as well. And it depends on what you're going for. I was going for more of the production side than the film studies side.
Right, but
Like if you're learning how to produce a film, it's not the same as like watching a bunch of movies.
I feel like if I was like, it's kind of like when you watched Every Frame of Painting and you were like, this is all shit we should have learned and didn't.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause what better way to learn how to make a good movie than by studying a good movie? Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Well,
here's what they did to make it good.
People
You
have a
can
lot
do
of different
these
philosophies
things.
about that because like I think the teachers I had were more about like, oh, you can't learn anything unless you do it yourself and you get hands-on. But then it's like that.
But what are you doing?
That also looks
hands-on?
over. Well, we're making films.
I know, but you don't know how to make them if you don't know what a good film is.
Yeah, but I guess, they assume that you can do that on your own. Whereas, making shit, you gotta have resources.
I feel like it's
It's fucked.
I feel like it's
you gotta
not
do both.
particularly useful.
Which, I mean, I did do both to an extent, but, they only have 4 years and they pad it out with a bunch of bullshit, so
Right.
that's college.
Like, I feel like you can see a lot of movies that are professionally made, but not particularly good, that are clearly made from people who learned how to use the equipment and not what to do with it, you know?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of movies out there where the director like that Zelda movie. Oh man,
But either
we
way,
had a
like,
good time. We
fucking
watched.
watching movies, if you just do that, you can't get a job. Okay, you have to have a basic groundwork of comprehension of how these things actually fucking work, and not just by watching movies. Like that gets you nowhere in terms of being able to make a movie.
Well,
so
of course,
you need
but I'm
both,
saying that you need both in equal measure. If you only learn how to use equipment and not what to do with it, then everything you make is gonna be fucking garbage.
Yes.
You know, you're gonna
but you have to do both.
Filming shitty fucking local commercials for the rest of your life because you don't know what a fucking film looks like.
Oh, that guy's produced 2 feature films.
Yeah,
3 feature films. Like
and they suck.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they suck. They just aren't.
They suck.
They're mediocre. They're a 5 out of 10. They're 5 or 6, you know, depending on who you are. Some people might name it a 6. One of them was definitely like a 4. The one about high school.
The one that I saw part of definitely looked like a 3 or 4 from what I saw of it.
Like I know people who kind of liked it, you know, but they might just have shit taste.
Because they haven't watched any good films.
Knock it too much.
All they've seen is like that guy's movies. That's not a good metric. You shouldn't be learning film school from somebody who doesn't know how to make good fucking movies.
He doesn't teach film school.
I know. He's a director, but whatever. I'm just saying, you gotta have, you know...
Anyways, we do both.
You gotta have a...
I just haven't seen every movie ever, okay?
And
even me, with having seen far less movies than most people, like, in film school, I'm probably better than them.
Have you seen less than them?
Dude, I haven't seen shit.
Yeah, but have they seen shit?
Yeah, a lot of people have seen shit.
Do they know Truffaut?
I don't fucking know. I always feel like I've seen probably the least amount of anyone in the fucking world.
I always feel that way about movies in general.
Because I generally enjoy, like, working on films more than watching them a lot of the time.
Right. Oh, grind rails. Alright.
I gotta get out the gadget. I was wondering if it would automatically switch it out, but this says no!
Oh, buddy.
Holy shit!
Just speedrun this shit, dude.
Is there not like a shortcut?
That's what games used to be, Vic. Not every game's Dark Souls that has a shortcut.
This is harder than Dark Souls!
Sometimes you gotta muscle through it.
Oh my guns suck. Aiming is a pain in the ass.
I don't remember what I had like something very poignant to say and I forgot
God damn it, these things are so fucking annoying. You don't want to waste all your good ammo on them.
Film school, Truffaut.
They just fucking go whack.
Not knowing what you're doing. Oh yeah, Zelda, Hero of Time. Jesus.
That was awesome. That movie was incredible.
If you haven't heard of this, there is a Legend of Zelda feature-length fan film called The Hero of Time that you can find on YouTube. 104 minutes long. Not like 70 or 80 minutes like you'd think might be reasonable. No. 104 minutes long. And you might be thinking, well, Digi, if it's a complete adaptation of Ocarina of Time, which it attempts to be, then surely it needs that much time, right?
Oh, God.
Well, I would say 50% of this movie is shots of the lead actor looking around. This is the way a scene generally plays out in this movie.
Are you saying that this guy wasn't a good actor? That wasn't a fucking quality performance, Conrad? Because I thought it was wonderful.
The guy's name is David Blaine. No relation. And he wrote, produced, starred in, directed, acted in this movie, right?
What a champion, man. He did it. He made a movie.
And he plays Link with a shitty wig. He at all times looks like he's about to go, dude. Whoa.
Oh, I'm Link.
Like more so than, you know, like Keanu Reeves, like an actual actor, and sometimes he looks like that. This guy just at all times, like he had this dumb, gormless look on his face, like, ugh.
Gormless.
Yes.
One without gorm.
I would say that the #1 word to describe his performance was gormless.
He who lacks the gorm.
Yes. If you don't know what gormless means, look it up. It's something Yahtzee says a lot. Basically means without thought. Like, just looking like you're not thinking about anything. Like, you're just like a blank slate, brick wall. So yeah, he always just, like, every scene will start with, like, Link entering some new location and, like, several minutes of him just looking around, but it's like shots...
Holy shit!
It's like shots of his face while he's looking around. So it's not like you're seeing the environment he's looking at. You're just looking at him, looking in every direction, and all the shots are disconnected, so nowhere ever feels like an actual place. It's just like a bunch of forest shots that don't look like they're related to each other at all, of just Link going, in a forest. It's real fucking corny and terrible.
Would watch again. No, I wouldn't.
Okay, yeah, go up there. No, I would not sit. We didn't sit through all of it. We skipped around a lot. Because any scene that wasn't that, it would start off with him looking around, and then he'd meet someone, and then they would just dump exposition on him for like 10 straight minutes, and then it would go back to him looking around.
Oh, man.
And then there'd be like a fucking hilarious action scene or something. But, oh god, I don't want to spoil the best part. Because I think you should definitely watch this movie.
Yeah, you should probably watch it with your friends. Maybe drink. Maybe drink a lot.
Drinking would really help.
But fast forward through the dialogue scenes. They're not important. There's better shit. There's hidden gems in this movie.
There are reasons that you should definitely watch the whole thing, and I don't want to spoil them. Like, I don't want to spoil the best parts.
More important than spoiling Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no. Fuck Game of Thrones. I don't even... No one cares. Everyone gets their throat cut. That's the story of Game of Thrones.
They all die.
There's no real...
That's predictable spoilers.
Right.
Whereas this is completely unpredictable.
Yeah. The things that I didn't see coming in Zelda...
Fuck!
The fact that I didn't see them coming was a big part of what made them memorable. You know?
Like, did I have like a shortcut?
Game of Thrones,
No,
my impression from the very beginning was everyone's gonna fucking die. So if someone fucking dies, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I saw that
they
coming.
died.
You know, like...
We were waiting for that.
It's exactly what it said on the tin. Like, they told you, if you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. So if you don't win...
Oh,
It's
shit!
a pretty likely scenario.
This became fucking awesome.
But, you should watch The Hero of Time with some friends and some alcohol. Be liberal with the skip button. All of the... The weirdest thing about the movie is that the Kokiri are, like... Okay, like, the beginning of the movie is Link and his mom.
Yeah.
Okay, it starts off with him, like his real mom, like, giving him off to the Kokiri or whatever, right? Like, what happens in his backstory. But then, like, in Kokiri Village, he has, like, a mom character who raised him. I don't know if she was supposed to be Saria. I don't remember them actually saying her name. She was just called Mom. But she didn't have green hair or anything, which, I mean...
Yeah,
Link had a terrible blonde wig. But, like, it's heavily implied that Link and his mom are supposed to be children, because the actress is clearly his age. Like, there are plenty of older actors and actresses in the movie, so they could have had someone older. So the implication is that they look the same age, but that he's aged more because he's a Hylian and not actually a Kokiri.
Yeah.
But his mom is an adult actress. But then there's also Kokiri running around who are kids.
Yeah.
And so it was really confusing.
It was dumb.
Whether or not they were supposed to be children. And then Link, like, goes into the future or whatever, and, like, everything's different, but no one's older.
Yeah.
Like, it's all the same actors and the same characters.
You can't tell how long it was supposed to be.
Right, so there's, like, no sense of whether they were supposed to be kids at the beginning or not. It's very confusing and very funny because of it.
Yes.
And, like, it's clearly filmed on, like, a hiking trail for the whole early part. Like, they went out into the mountain. It looked like Virginia. It looked like they were in the mountains of Virginia on, like, a hiking trail. And the kids who are the Kokiri at that part, I swear it was just a Boy Scout troop who was, like, in the area or something. Like, it really looked like that. Is there no way for you to just run past these guys?
No, you have to kill them all.
Yeah, use that, blowing up, that nuclear explosion. Yeah.
You can't, like, fucking aim this thing for shit. There we go.
Oh, I can aim this thing for shit.
Ah!
Well, you got him.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, so go check that out. Oh, and when he shows up in Hyrule Castle, because the movie has, like, it's very much wide shots will be, like, characters superimposed onto a background.
Yeah.
And then the close-up is clearly just some other... Like, you know, you'll see when he shows up to Hyrule, it's like he's in a field and they superimposed this, like, enormous, huge, awesome-looking castle into the background.
Yes.
But then when he's there, it's totally Busch Gardens. Like the theme park.
I think it's a Renaissance fair. Because it didn't quite look like Busch Gardens.
I just think that if it was a Renaissance fair, they would have shown a lot more of it. Because they only show like a couple of angles. They couldn't fucking
show, Busch Gardens if they were there.
That's what I'm saying.
And I feel like there would have been more people at Busch Gardens, more regular people.
That's my point is, if they were at a Renaissance fair, they could have shown the whole thing because everything would have looked old. The way they filmed it was like they had a couple of old-looking buildings. And they couldn't use anything else. Or, like, a couple of people dressed in proper attire, but there wasn't... Like, they kept showing, like, this band that was playing that was, like, obviously incidental. Like, whether it was a Renaissance fair or Busch Gardens or whatever, there was a band that was, like, playing old-timey instruments that clearly just happened to be at the place they filmed and were not hired to participate, You're really feeling it, aren't you?
I think I can do that. I just remembered strafing. I'm like, wait a minute, that might help a little bit.
Yeah, it has honestly looked like you're running right into the lasers a lot of the time, so...
I'm just like, the controls are shitting on me right now. Oh, cool, pulse rifle.
Blame the controls.
Yeah, man!
Ooh, no Johns.
Oh!
That is not good for these enemies. You really gotta select your weapon based on the enemy. I don't know why you...
Motherfucker, I know.
Think, like, shouldn't a flat cannon be perfect for these guys? Because it can take out, like, all of them at once?
No.
No? Well, yeah. Since you've had no input on the Hero of Time whatsoever, I guess I'll move on from that
What fucking discussion do I have for that? It was a stupid movie.
Did you not feel many things while watching it?
Awesome.
It was amazing.
It was... Because we ended up watching this because I was bitching about they're trying to do that Zelda Netflix series. Yeah. And I was like, this is what it's going to be like. It's going to be just like this, but with a budget. It's going to be the same fucking thing. They're going to give the characters new roles. They're going to give Link this fucking horrible personality. They're going to try to do all this stupid shit. Oh God, it's going to be lame.
Link was such a lame, bitchy fucking...
They're going to do that. It's going to be the same thing. He's not gonna explore dungeons and shit because they're gonna make it like Game of Thrones. What's the point then? What the fuck? What's the point of a Zelda Netflix series? It's gonna be stupid!
Hey, but at least we can both agree that Ganondorf was fantastic.
Ganondorf was fucking awesome.
Ganondorf was... I will say, Ganondorf was very well cast as Ganondorf. He was like
He looked like the guy who was already a Ganondorf cosplayer and just, like, was all about it.
He was like this, like really ugly dude with a huge nose who had like the right teeth for it, the right facial expressions, just hamming it up big time. He looked like Ganondorf, and he played it very well. I thought, whereas everyone else in the entire movie was horribly cast and made no fucking sense, Ganondorf was good. The girl who played Zelda went on to have an actual career acting in horror films.
She's apparently in
She's in VHS. Yeah. That was shocking. The guy who directed it has had no career since directing Zelda.
Yes. Nothing.
The Hero
Hey, Lola, I want you to shut the fuck up!
It really is like... I really want like a YMS of it. Like it's that level of like hilariously.
But there's no point in doing a YMS of it because it's so obviously bad,
Most of YMS's things are obviously bad.
I don't know. I've heard people who liked Unfriended or whatever.
Oh, well, sometimes he does them because he thinks
like people love The Walking Dead, like that's
right.
It's overrated shit.
Well, originally YMS was just bad shit. It was only when he started having a bone to pick with stuff that he thought was getting too much praise that he started doing that. But like originally it was like Megan is Missing and fucking Birdemic and like like he said the only reason he didn't do The Room was because everyone else had done it, so there's no point. But I don't think anyone's done something like that for the Hero of Time, which some people would probably find it like the only problem is people would think it was mean-spirited because it's a fan film on a
it's obviously such
budget.
A piece of shit. Like they, everyone knows. Like it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but anyone who hasn't seen it deserves to have it because it only had like 15,000 views on YouTube.
True.
So like.
Yeah, I was surprised it didn't have a lot more than that.
Like, there's no point with The Room because everyone's watched it. Everyone knows how bad it is. But to me, the point of look at how bad this movie is reviews is that you don't have to watch it. You just get to have the hilarious badness explained to you,
I guess.
Like with
it depends on if you can find, like, if the creator was really genuine and loved it. Like with
Right.
Cool Cat, where it's just like this really genuine thing where the guy's just like totally insane.
Or Birdemic, for that matter, where the guy really... Or Megan is Missing.
It has to be taking itself seriously, which I'm sure that movie was, the fucking Zelda one.
To some extent, it had to be.
Yeah.
But
because he made it. He put, you know, $4,500 was the budget.
And clearly a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like, judging by the length
it looked like
of
a lot
movie,
of time had passed during, like, recording.
He
like,
actually
it looked like
physically
he got older. Yeah.
at the very end. Which I don't know if they filmed it all in order, but it's a, you know, amateur film, so they probably did.
Yeah. Wrecked. Fuck you, dude. Eat a dick, old man.
Oh my god, I think you made it to the save point.
I did it. I got through a part that was probably really easy. Because I forgot how to strafe.
There you go, continue point. Alright.
Hey, Jack and Daxter.
Whoa.
What's that shit doing in here?
Jack and Daxter? That's not Insomniac. Look at that again. I need to interpret this.
Jack and Daxter.
Hey! It's my homeboys.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Next Digi Bros confirmed. Nah, I don't want to do that game. I feel like it'll be a fucking headache. There we go, I got this thing now.
You know, now that we have the PS2 hooked up, I feel like I should play some PS2 games.
Perhaps.
The only reason I haven't been
Boom, this thing is fucking rad, man.
Plug it in.
Got a slingshot, bitch.
But I think it was that, you know, I kind of wanted to play the PS2 games on the CRT just because it'll, you know, but this doesn't look that bad.
I got the Zwing
This
shot.
is not nearly as bad
as
as,
in 16:9 as opposed to 4:3 where it would stretch out and look like shit.
The GameCube games look like shit.
It's not bad at all.
TV. It also could just be that this particular TV isn't so bad. Like, you know, we've my last TV was just a garbage television in general. So I don't know. Should we call it here? Hard drive's filling up. I think we're probably towards the end of this episode. Call it a day. Call it end of the sesh. We're gonna keep playing. Do you think you have a future with this game?
Yeah, I think it's getting more playable.
Getting in the rhythm. We just gotta have some topics of conversation.
Getting cooler guns.
Other than Truffaut and
how many episodes did we just do?
5.
It's not a lot of episodes.
5 or 6. Well, I'm cutting us off because we're running out of disk space. It's only been 2 hours.
True. Alright.
Next time on Digi Bros.
Whoa, Digi Bros is still a thing!
Yeah.